Obstürmt oder steigt,
und die Sonne uns sagt, der Tag glühend heiß oder eiskalt.
Hey there, YouTubers. This is Sturmgeschütz 4, also known as Globulus. It's been a while since I've been on here. Had a computer crash a while back, so I lost all my replays. But I'll come back and got ourselves a 6-player squad resolution free-for-all here. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at my army real fast. I have 2 horse archers. I think they are... yeah, they're gold silver. I have 3 Eastern infantry. They're gold. I have 6 regular archers. Well, of course, not regular archers. Parthia. Anyway, they're all gold silver. I have 3 cataphracts, 2 of which are gold silver. The other one is gold silver with an experienced chevron, I believe. And I have 3 cataphract camels. They are also gold. I believe they're gold too. Anyway, let's go take a look at the Egyptian army under the command of Big Bad Nerd here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pharaoh's guards. They appear to be gold. Has 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4 bowmen. They appear to be gold silver. I don't think they're gold. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 desert axemen. I think they look silver to me. He's got 1, 2, 3 Nile Cav, and they are gold. And then he has a Egyptian chariot general, and I don't see. Yeah, he's got some upgrades on here. Silver maybe. Anyway, let's go take a look at a clanmate of mine, Charlie. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sacred Band pikes. They are silver it looks like. He's got only 2 Balearic slingers, and they are, looks like silver bronze. He's got 5 Sacred Band Cav. They are gold. And then he has 1 Round Shield Cav, and they are silver. Let's see who else is on here. I guess we'll go take a look at the Roman player next. The Julii Roman, under the command of Gadasp. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Looks like he's ready for 31k battle. Anyway, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. What a strange army. 4 urban cohorts. Can't see the upgrades, but doesn't mean he doesn't have any. He's got 4. He's got 1 urban here, so he's got 5 or 6 urbans. Okay, and then he's got 2 legionary cohorts. And again, I can't see the upgrades, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Triarii. That's a lot of Triarii. He's got a Roman armored general, and he's got 4 Praetorian Cav. Well, maybe he doesn't have any upgrades on his infantry, because his Cav's got some upgrades on, I can see. So anyway, let's see, the Seleucid player. I think a lot of his stuff's hidden here. They're in the command of Legion 4 Macedon. What I can see, he's got a companion in wedge formation. He's got a cataphract in wedge formation. They look to be gold. He's got a pair of archer units, and I'm not sure about the upgrades on those. Looks like silver. And then he has 2 Silver Shield Legionnaires, and they appear to be silver as well. Let's go look at Macedon real quick here. They are under the command of Roman Prince. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Cretan archers. I don't see any upgrades. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Phalanx Pikemen. Looks like no upgrades there either. Got 1, 2, 3. Looks like 4, 5 Royal Pikes. They all have. They're all gold. Looks like, and he has 1, 2, 3, 5. Well, no. Yeah, 5 Macedonian cavalry. He don't have any companions. That's kind of surprising. I don't see any upgrades on those either. Anyway, let's get this party started here. Just so you guys know, you know, me and each were kind of thinking the same thing, so that's who I squared off against. Charlie gets kind of left out here. I think he ends up turning towards the Romans and fights the Romans, and Macedon gets the Seleucids here. Excuse me. I move in with a, well, really a basic tactic with skirmish armies. Of course, he does kind of catch me off guard here, but I get my Cambrian circles going with my horse archers. Just trying to target his cavalry, and like I say, he kind of catches me off guard. I didn't expect him to charge into my horse archers the way he did. But this is where I do end up splitting my cav forces. I don't normally do that, but in this case, it was a prudent thing to do. I do catch these guys, these Nile cav here, and route those here in just a moment. Was chasing these Nile cav down, but as soon as I started getting in range of his pikes and some of his archers, I went ahead and backed off. As you can see, I have now routed this Nile cavalry unit. I've got my archers trying to concentrate fire on his archers as we speak. Here he's going after my horse archers once again, but he bugs out. I get some free kills here. But yeah, the big bad nerd here, he could have played it better. I kind of had him confused, it looked like, going by everything I saw here. I think he was expecting me to just attack him and not skirmish with him. So I don't know if he's got experience skirmishing or whatever, but you know, like I said, I end up skirmishing with him. I do switch some of my archers to hit a lot of his infantry units here in a moment from behind. A lot of his desert cav, and even some of these Pharaoh's guards on the flanks. That way I can have an easier time when I come in from behind on him here. Yeah, we're the first ones to fight, and you know, Charlie and Julie up here, they had a long way to go to really fight each other. Same with Macedon and Seleucids here, and now I see the whole Seleucid army. Here I go ahead and shift my cavalry onto the flanks. As you can see, my archer fire's completely decimated this Pharaoh's guard unit. And it's really because I think a lot of my arrows are, you know, actually I was aiming at his archers, but I ended up aiming at his general here with my flaming arrows here in a moment. But I think my because he's in loose formation with a phalanx, it doesn't seem to do very much good. It does, but it don't. I mean, you can get some positive results with taking damage. Usually, you don't. You know, it's been my observation that, at least with Egypt, getting in loose formation doesn't really help when it comes to archer fire. Not as much as it could. Here I'm flaming the hell out of his general unit. He's in sort of a noob square. Well, I guess in this case it'd be a noob rectangle.
He sacrificed himself.
But like I said,
rather
he
than
just
leading his men to a
seemed like he
dignified
wasn't
defeat.
prepared to fight a skirmish battle. So, you know, I have to use a lot of arrows here, but it all works itself out in the end. I do start targeting his, like I said, his Desert Axeman here from behind. I need to take my flaming arrows off here. I move my horse archers over here, so I'll start hitting some of these Pharaoh's guards from behind them. He tried to come in with a charge with his Nile Cav. Came back from routing, but to no avail. Okay. Now let's go check out Charlie's battle real quick here. Yeah, this Roman player was, for some reason, in 31K mode, it looks like to me. The way this line is kind of staggered for Charlie. He's getting flank shots on, or getting on the flank of this urban cohort unit here. And the Roman player, really, he should have swung a couple of his legions around the flanks. You know, that would have been a possibility. His cav probably wasn't going to defeat Charlie's cav here, but, you know, I'm not quite sure I understand this madness, to be honest. Triaria, I mean, it's really a good move, but now he's charging into the pikes with his cav, which I don't think it was. I don't really understand that. Here's Charlie. This is a great move. Comes over behind, gets these guys from the flank. July player makes a counter charge. Here's a good, excellent charge here. He just completely overwhelmed Triarii that were sitting here. So, excellent fight here. Charlie's just tearing this guy to pieces. As you can see back over here in the background, I've got the Egyptian player surrounded now.
Enemy
Let's go take a
general
look
shows
at
his value. He is filled
Seleucid
only by
Macedonian
desire
battle
to
here.
save his own skin.
Now, at some point in this game, I believe the Macedonian player was complaining. Not really complaining, I guess that's the wrong word. But Legion here with his cavalry was just running circles around Macedonian player. And he sort of got frustrated with that. So, it was mentioned. Here he needs to... Oh, he just got him by. He just kind of squeaked by. Now, this was a strange maneuver. Not sure why he did this. But anyway. As you can see, Charlie's got the Julii on the run. Oh, excuse me. And I have the Egyptians more or less on the run here. What I did is I put my cavalry all in wedge, and I did a 31K technique where you, where you essentially put all your cav in wedge and mow through an enemy's line on the way to, their second line, so to speak. Or, if they're in a noob square like this, I put my cavalry to where they was hitting the Pharaoh's guards from behind, going through the Desert Axemen who were sitting here in the rear. And that started the chain route, which ended the, I would say the Egyptian threat, but it wasn't really much of a threat. As you can see, Charlie's got the Julii completely on the run now. Macedon, the Seleucids over there, still having a pretty decent fight. So let's go over here and take a look at them real quick. Lots of good maneuvering with his cav by Legion here, which he does often. I mean, I've fought against him a few times. Not ever when I can host, though, or he can host. For some reason, it just doesn't seem to work out that way. Excuse me. He's got his Silver Shield Legionnaires and Testudo, which I'm not sure how much good that does right now. he's got his cavalry running all over the place, which was why I was kind of happy to see that, because I had started fighting the Egyptians first. I was the first one in the battle here, and my cavalry is also getting to the point where they were tired. So I'm kind of glad that this Seleucid Macedon fight's still going on, and his cavalry is still getting more tired as we go here, because that meant that my cavalry would more than likely be more or less rested before I had to engage either one of these guys. Now, this was a good move. What he should have done was feint a charge from the front, and then swing in with a wedge from behind, and then turn around with his feint force, and then come back in and get rid of the general here. That's what I would have done. These guys are really tearing each other up pretty good here. Now, me and Charlie here, I get in formation, he gets in formation. Well, he's already in formation, it appears to be. He's heading toward me, but I go ahead and get in formation, and you're going to have a Heaven Clan matchup here. It's actually a pretty good fight between me and Charlie. Like I said, this is a scored resolution battle, so highest score wins. You can see this is something that I kind of picked up on watching YouTube videos with Prince of Macedon and a couple other people, but I think Legion kind of picked up on it as well. Just throw your archers out on the flanks, that way you get your fire from multiple angles. You can hit pikes from behind, from the side, whatever. He's just being patient. Legion is here with his Seleucid army. He's just being patient and trying to get the kills here. Here we're going to have a noob box, which that's really all you can do when you have no archers or cavalry left, and you're one of the pike factions. That's about the best you can really do, is to form into a noob box or a noob circle, whatever the hell you want to call it. Sometimes a tight one helps, but really, I don't think in this case it makes much of a difference. These archers, you can pretty much hit any of these guys from behind, especially being on the flanks like this. See here he's got some archers here firing probably into these guys here, these phalanx, these royal pikes here. He's got some companions covering his archers. You don't have anything covering these archers here, but you really don't need anything. Really, because Macedonian pikes aren't going to be able to chase down his archers without getting smashed by the cavalry. So there's me and Charlie heading toward one another again. But Legion and Roman Prince, actually, like I said, it's a pretty solid fight here. The infantry fight, Royal Pikes against Silver Shield Legionnaires. Once the Legionnaires use their peeler, they're pretty useless. But being a scored battle, I can understand why Legion brought the Legionnaires instead of Silver Shield Pikes. Scored battle, he can get some free kills. His Silver Shield Legionnaires, he can then use as what I call a pinning force to keep enemy infantry occupied long enough to where you can maneuver your cav around, do whatever you need to do to gain the advantage in a fight. Oh, here we go. Now here was a strange maneuver I did with Charlie. My infantry wasn't going to match up against his. All these archers here in front, I believe, have no arrows. These two here in the rear do. So that's what I put my archers with no arrows up front just to suck up some of his missile fire, and I use these 2 archers to kind of go at his slingers there. But I basically massed all my cavalry on one flank, and as soon as Charlie because it appeared to me he didn't want to take on my cataphracts, which is fine. I mean, odds are he wasn't going to win a cataphract fight against me anyway. But as soon as he made his charge with his cav, get rid of my archers and some of my infantry, I went ahead and charged in against a lot of his slingers here. Well, one unit, took out one unit. He tried to countercharge with his round shield cav. The round shield cav just wasn't enough.
Does not stand but runs away. The enemy general has been killed.
Here I have my horse archers. They're still firing. Do have them firing at his sacred bands here. His cavalry, his infantry. But you look at this, Charlie should have a huge advantage here. But he doesn't quite get rid of my army. You know, my archer, I got some archers come back from routing some of my infantry. So it's kind of got his attention. I hear he almost does catch my horse archers, what's left of them. It's turned into essentially a battle of maneuver between myself and Charlie here. His sacred band cav, you know, they can definitely do some damage on my cataphracts. But the way I'm trying to move around here, I'm trying to get Charlie, not really draw him into anything, but I'm trying to get him into a situation where I can actually charge and, you know, take advantage of anything that might be happening. Now here, I got kind of suckered into this. I really didn't want to fight this battle. Now I did have these 2 cav units. I had made them charge, but they didn't charge. They were kind of walking. But as soon as I start routing them, his sacred band cav, I notice his pikes coming, so I get out of dodge there. I did manage to rout these pikes. And I've got my archers continuing to fire. Horse archers, I think they're still firing on these sacred band infantry here. Here I go ahead and I mow down his Balearic slingers. Seen the opportunity, went ahead and took it. So Charlie's got one. He's got a couple cav units. I guess he's got 3 cav units left. Right now it's a point where he's running around trying to catch my cataphracts. So, and of course they're walking again. So he does catch me here, at least for a moment, until I get out of dodge. But now it's kind of evolved into a, you know, if I can get rid of his general, which is what I was thinking, I could probably mass charge his pike units individually and defeat them. At least that was my plan. Of course, we have Legion sitting over there awaiting the winner. But he brings his cavalry in. By this point, I think he's just trying to get more kills. Because right now it's kind of obvious that me or him is probably going to be the ones that win this. These are camels. So I really wasn't concerned about my about his cav coming in. I mean, they were, like I said, they were just probably coming in and just get more kills. I was more worried about his pikes. But I do try to stay engaged as long as I can against his cav, just so I can get him to rout. Now here was the charge. I routed these sacred band infantry here. I've got my horse archers continuing to fire on his general unit of his sacred band infantry. Catches my cataphracts. Like I said, I was having some trouble getting my cavalry units to do what I wanted to do. Now here he rear charges these cataphracts, which wasn't a bad idea. Caught me off guard, but I do get my cav out of there in time. So there was a lot of micro in this battle because there were so many different things going on different parts of the battlefield. Now I did, like I said, I mass charge as general here. I believe I bring these cabinet too, getting from behind. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much gets rid of the general's unit here. And there he is, General goes.
God smile upon you today. The enemy general has been killed and his men lose heart.
And so my horse archers here, they're kind of worn out, so but Charlie has a couple of Sacred Band infantry left, and essentially what I do here is just get myself maneuvered around to where I can, like I said, mass charges Sacred Band infantry one unit at a time, and you know, it kind of works out for me from there. Of course, Legion's still sitting there chilling. I think his cataphracts, like his, well, no, I guess his, I guess he's good to go. His cataphracts, everything's fresh now. Well, mine's going to be the exhausted ones, so. Now, I kind of use my horse archers as bait. Because I bring my cav up, coming from her rear charge as soon as I can bait his Sacred Band infantry in here. And he's got them in loose formation. I'm assuming he thinks I still have arrows. Might be wrong there. Actually, you know what? I don't think this is loose. I think it's just, yeah, it's just in formation. Now here I rear charge with my my horse archers. Of course, they aren't going to do much. As soon as I see he starts to charge into my cataphracts. I didn't realize he was exhausted at this point, by the way. So I was playing it. You know, I was playing it like he was still relatively fresh. But I do go ahead and mass charge here. Completely routs his unit, mainly because they're tired. And the general also being killed earlier destroyed the morale of Charlie's army here. Well, I am going to fast forward this here, guys. Basically, I'll give you a little rundown here. I do the same thing to this unit that I just did to this unit. So I just kind of mass charge them, and that ends the game here. Or ends the battle. Unfortunately, this was Charlie's last unit, but he went up to, apparently he got up to go do something. I didn't know that, or I wouldn't have charged him, but he got to go do something or whatever, and it probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. If he would have turned around, he probably would have got a few more kills, but it wouldn't have made a difference as far as defeating his one unit there. Anyway, we're going to fast forward this for a second, guys, so we can get down to me and the Seleucids here. I was kind of concerned about the Seleucid player, about Legion, because he had cataphracts. I had the camels, that's true, but I was kind of concerned about my army being so tired at this point, or his wasn't as tired as I was hoping it would be. Let's go ahead and slow back down here. Yeah, it's basically his cav versus my cav. He's got a few infantry units, but they're not enough to stand up against my cav. His archer units, they're probably close to being out of arrows if they're not out of arrows. I didn't really pay much attention to it. As you can see, I am completely cavalry now. I have no archers, no infantry, so I'm trying to get what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get my camels in front of my regular cataphracts. kind of hoping that he'll break off his companions to go after my horse archers. And they're pretty much dead anyway. With no arrows, and they're both, one's exhausted, one's tired. So I'm trying to use him as bait here. He doesn't really fall for it. Instead, I believe he charges in here. I think trying to catch the fact that I'm kind of tired. But I see that he's going to charge, and I go ahead and charge him. I use my horse archers instead to take on his silver shields. He does, and he rots them pretty quick here. Basically, you get, I had fought the Carthaginian army and the Egyptian army, so I really wasn't concerned about losing the battle. I was more concerned about in this individual fight. It's basically just a big cavalry battle. And as soon as this happens, that pretty much does it. As soon as I realized that his general unit was in here, I just started, I concentrated everything, all my attack onto his general unit, and once that was all said and done, I go ahead and just get a few more kills here as they're routing. Let's go ahead and fast forward this, because this game is pretty much over. It's been decided. It was really a good battle. Legion kind of showed, well, myself and Legion both, I guess, kind of showed how to deal with a noob box, the standard way to do it. The only reason I got done quicker was because I engaged almost immediately. My opponent actually deployed against me, which I was kind of surprised. I didn't figure the Egyptian player would deploy against Parthia. I figured he would deploy against Carthage, against Charlie's army, and I was going to. I kind of figured that I would get the Seleucids or Macedons. So, but anyway, if you look at the total kills here, myself, Legion, and Charlie, those are your top three. Good game to everybody, really. Was a tough fight between Legion and Roman Prince here. Can't say enough. Myself and Charlie had another knockdown, drag-out fight like we always do. So, look at the casualties inflicted. I had my general unit for my cataphracts, 322 kills, and that is typical. Like I said, with my with the way I play, it's almost a foregone conclusion that my cavalry is going to have most of my kills. So, but anyway, good game to everybody, and everyone remember, always play with honor and bleed your enemies.